Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online. Welcome back for more exploration, and in today's video I'm bringing back an old favorite. Here is the all-in-one Ishtar, based mostly of course around drones, and a pretty pimped up armor tank as well. Centum C-type armor repair that is cap stable, should be pretty good. Of course I increased my resistances a little bit to deal with the Sansha, but we'll see. I need to figure out how I can best handle these types of sites with the Ishtar. I'm thinking start out with using the guards as much as possible, but I'm not sure if standing still is such a great idea. So here we go. We're going to just take a couple of these cruisers, also maybe try some of that frigate stuff, and then let's see if we can blast this guy at 35 kilometers. This is definitely gonna be a different playstyle than with the Gila, for instance, but the idea that I'm having here is, can I get this ship to work so that I have an all-in-one explorer available around here that can also do like relic and data sites. Now I think here you can already tell that we will be taking more damage. Let's see if I can do a full tracking on this guy at 29. Yeah, so we can hit them, these little frigates. We can in fact one-shot them as well. Okay, that is pretty interesting. Blop, that one is gone. Let's see if I can take that small guy out as well. Yeah, that works. Okay, that actually works surprisingly well, except that normally I would divide my DPS a little bit more than this, and of course we need more shots in order to take out some of those big guys. So we do need a little bit of time just sitting here taking all that damage, and in the meantime they are bringing me into armor at this point. So I'm gonna wait just a little bit before I start panicking. I'm gonna start targeting from the back, and then let's just start running it. It does like 590 HP every 9 seconds, which is like a quarter of my total HP pools. That is pretty good, but let's just keep taking these cruisers out, and then I've got a couple of AutoCannon IIs just in case of things like this happening. Small frigates coming a little bit too close to me within 10 kilometers. I think I'll be able to hit them, and I'm curious to see how we will do against these guys next. Let's open fire, and then yeah, we'll just keep going like that. You're my next target. Am I moving? Nope. Okay, still at 0. That's good. Let's take this guy out next. This one is close. Opening fire like that. And of course the big difference as well, I personally like this playstyle where you sit back, let your sentry drones do all the work. Not alpha clone friendly, of course, they can't use sentry drones, but in my opinion really cool, especially in the second drone. What I'm gonna try of course is the snipe and snatch, which is you go straight for the true Sansha, and then you use a mobile tractor unit in order to get the loot. So we are slowly taking that little guy out. That is annoyingly enough staying at almost 10 kilometers, so I'm not hitting him all that well. Let's take that guy out, and all the rest here definitely too close for sentries. Now I am going to try my ogres just to see what kind of tracking those guys have, and of course we are going to start to get a little bit closer as well. And let's do one ogre on every frigate like that. We can target a couple more. That's a nice blap. And how are we dealing with these guys? Oh man, one shots. That is pretty good. And here that's half the ship gone in a single volley. So it takes about 3 shots for a lot of these others. So blap, down you go. Let's start going like that then, and just keep going back for the gate. Yeah, being cap stable with a super strong rep like this I do think is pretty cool. Now they are lagging behind a little bit. I'm surprised that these little frigates are not keeping up with my afterburned Ishtar. So that one explodes as well. Let's bring the ogres back home, and we can I think, get the Afterburner at this point. And that's room 1, 5 minutes in. That's okay. Again, not as good as the Gila. The Gila can travel at the same time. Has the secondary weapon system as well with the missiles. You can definitely put the right focus more easily on the cruisers and the frigates. But I feel like this was an okay performance. And then room number 2, we are going to, of course, try the snipe tactic as well here. So off we go. Keep an eye on the overview and look for the true Sansha. Select him right away. And then once you land, you target him like that. Break out the mobile tractor unit and we open fire. After that, I think it's always a pretty good idea to target a cruiser. Because what can happen is that you one-shot one of the frigates and that its wreck gets created in like almost the same tick as the one where you blow up the true Sansha Foreman, and then you get the mobile tractor unit going after the wrong one. That is not the plan. But so far here, I am definitely staying far away enough from them right now that they are not hitting me. Look at that. Still, my shields are doing quite alright. We are getting misses, so my damage application is not that great, and that true Sansha Foreman does rep quite a lot. So as you can see, I would need full hits to actually start to make some progress, and eventually, of course, the enemy does start to get a little bit closer. Hopefully he does as well. Is he coming closer to me, or is he? Yeah, he's slowly coming closer to me, which should put him in the right spot for my guards pretty soon. That tank is now slowly breaking. There we go, he's in structure, but keeps repping. Look at that. Almost a quarter of his armor from a single rep. That is quite a lot. So 2 volleys, I think, if we get full hits. Now, blap. Nope, still not full hits. Yeah, needs a bit more patience. And look at that, with the sliver 1% structure left, we still had yet another volley to go. So now we are on the next phase, where my mobile tractor unit basically needs to grab the loot. There it comes. So that's the overseer wreck. And then just again, start targeting at the back, I would say. My active tank, cap stable, and just not budging too much at this point. But you can also see that some of these small guys are coming in closer. So we gotta be a little bit careful. And then a big advantage, I'm going to say, compared to having to go for the wreck here, is that I am far away from everything. My warp out will be completely unimpeded. So let's look at that. Wow, 158 with a warp disruptor. That is super, super lucky here on the first pull from the Ishtar, my new exploration ship, my all-in-one exploration ship that I'm definitely going to try to use. And now we're going to take a quick look. If I just sit here, what kind of results we get compared to the other ships when it comes to taking out the rest of the room as well. You can clearly see that these cruisers are coming in closer and closer, and that my guns are not having a good time of taking care of these nearby frigates. So that is definitely not as good of damage application as I thought. I took the phased plasma because it's mostly thermal damage, and sometimes it does really well. Go after that one next, kill this one next. But yeah, it's definitely my pimped out tank basically that is helping me out at the moment to stay up against all of that incoming firepower from the Sansha. And now we're slowly starting to cut down on that incoming damage, but yeah, 600 HP repped on 2000 HP. That is of course pretty damn nice. So we're still doing okay. I'm also going to leave the mobile tractor unit. It's going to be part of my meta, I think, when it comes to this Ishtar, and zip, all of that armor is back. That is pretty cool. We've got another one that's orbiting me quite far away, so we can go after him. Let's see if we can kill you. Yeah, I like this. This is definitely pretty fun to finally be back in the good old Ishtar, to sit there and to do like 90% of the work, I would say, with these lovely Garde IIs. I like this play style as well, very, very much. So that's something that is definitely going to come back a bit more. We've got one more cruiser, or is it two? Two cruisers at 19. Let's see what kind of damage application we have here. Yeah, well, actually, yeah, those are full hits. So that was all right. Not great, but all right. That one can still be blapped as well. We've got this one left. And I will break out the ogres again to take care of the rest. But look at that. Active tank with good resistance. How well it is doing here. I'm just sitting here, taking all of that. And by now their DPS is just too low to do anything. We could just keep going. One more volley for the Execrator. He's down, so now it's time for the full DPS to come out. 5 ogres. And if I want to, I can of course also just distribute these again on these different targets. Start grabbing some more of them. And that is when we should see some nice explosions all around me. There it starts. 2 frigates taken down without too much trouble. Let's do a reload on this. Feels so good to be cap stable as well, to just be able to keep going this way. That's awesome. Blow up these frigates for me. Perfect. And yeah, the one thing, my guns, I mean, I can maybe do a little bit of damage on that Centum beast with my guns, but it's really not gonna be much because its optimal range is so low. Maybe I can do something better with the high slots than the autocannons, but I do like the autocannons against that really small stuff that your guards will generally have, like at least a little bit of a problem with. And look at this advantage as well. Look at my mobile tractor unit here. Just tractoring all of that loot nicely to me. That is pretty good as well. I like that. So off we go. I think I'll start using this one actively a little bit more. If you want that very best combat potential, I mean, the Gila, you've got the mid slots for your tank, you've got the low slots for your extra damage, and you've got the perfect systems with drones and missiles. The big advantage of the armor tank is these two babies. Relic Analyzer, Data Analyzer, that was like 3 million ISK. I'm settled for all of these sites as well. And you have the mid slots for it because it is an armor tanked ship. And there we go. That is the 4 out of 10 mining colony, Sasha mining colony cleaned up without any real problem with this Ishtar. Definitely a very, very good experience. I've got some extra loot this time, and I could start, if I really wanted to salvage a little bit as well. Just press F and there we go. A different playstyle than the active go for maximum efficiency, but definitely, in my opinion, a very valid one as well. And there you go, guys. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you all next time.